What do each of these three pictures have in common? On the top left, we have some trees. In the middle, we have water droplets on a leaf. And then on the bottom here, we have a giant dinosaur balloon filled with air. Well, the truth is that they're all made of matter, which means they have mass and volume. And that means that they consist of atoms. Now, what do we know about atoms? Atoms come from the Greek word meaning uncuttable. They are the basic building blocks of all matter. Atoms are also the smallest unit of an element that has all of the properties or characteristics of that element. And they're very, 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 very tiny. In fact, they're so tiny you could fit 1 million atoms on the head of this pin right here. So let's look at this definition. Smallest unit of an element that has all of the properties or characteristics of that element. That means that one atom of gold is one teeny tiny little itty bitty speck of a golden colored metal that is worth a lot of money to us. Or it's one teeny tiny little speck of plutonium. It has all the properties of plutonium, meaning that teeny tiny little itty bitty bit of matter is radioactive and could be used in creating energy as well. So what does an atom look like? Well, if we look at the inside of an atom, we have, on the middle we have the nucleus. And the nucleus consists of protons, which are positively charged, and neutrons, which have no charge at all. So inside the nucleus we have two types of particles, protons and neutrons. Then on the outside of the nucleus, buzzing around very, very quickly, we have teeny tiny little electrons. And electrons are much, much smaller than protons or neutrons. And they exist in a place called the energy shells. Sometimes books or professors or people will talk about an electron cloud. Some other terms that signify the place where you'll find electrons: energy shells or energy levels, electron shells, or sometimes even orbitals. Now, electrons have a negative charge. Here's an image from your textbook that gives you the definitions for each of these particles, and it talks about the nucleus. The nucleus, again, is in the middle. It's a very small part of the atom. Most of the atom is made up of this empty space where you'll find the electrons. Again, the protons have positive charges and the electrons have negative charges. And if you add the protons together and the electrons together, you'll get positive plus negative. Those positive and negative charges cancel each other out. So an atom has no charge or is neutral charged